I'm Big Fitzy, that's Kev the Kite behind the camera, and we are here today in the sports shop in Stranraer. Sports shop, both in its previous ownership and its current ownership, have been a long supporter of MOGSAF right from the start. When we first started, they've always supported, sponsored our events, so we thought we'd pop down here tonight after it's shut, just to save all the folk coming in and bothering us. So we came down here after it's shut. We're going to have a chat with Steve, who now owns the sports shop, and find out all about the business and how he got involved. Just a quick note, the shop was owned previously by Eric and Linda McLean since 1989. They retired last November 2022, and Eric always supported our events, and he was a great angler in the local area, fantastic knowledge, and he continues to fish our events. And there was no customer service like McLean sort of customer service. You bought a reel and you get slated off for it. You bought a rod and he slated you, and that was the McLean way. So now moving on, we'll have a chat with Steve and we'll find out about how he's running the business and if he's changed anything and what his plans are. So here we have Steve. How you on, Steve? You alright?
I'm alright there, Fitzy. Cheers.
So let's have a little bit about yourself and how you got involved in fishing, and obviously you can say a bit about the charter skip, the charter boat here, Lucky Dip, and how you got involved in the shop.
Yeah, so I'm Steve, born and bred Dartford. Grew up fishing the River Thames, the southeast of England. As a junior, doing a lot of competitions with some big clubs. Moved around the country and eventually settled up here 15 years ago now. Loved the area, the fishing's phenomenal, and it really dragged me back into it after quite a few years out of sport. Eventually set up a chartering company out of Port Patrick, Lucky Dip 2. We're on our second boat now, sorry, our third boat if you include the rib. And we've fished the area for the last 10 years, bringing a lot of new people to the area, a lot of repeat custom, and all the clubs come down there, so that it's really popular area. And keeping the trade local for us, we've always used Eric and Linda was one of the first couples I really met, come into the shop to talk about the fishing, get myself some tackle, bits and pieces for up here. And we've known for a while that Eric and Linda were really wanting to retire. And
no, he never mentioned it, not once.
Oh, not once.
No,
many times.
I never moaned about it or anything. No.
So we're in here, really the middle of October last year, and chatting away, and I hadn't said anything to them, but went home, spoke to the missus, and she just said, yeah, go for it. So came back in, and 3 weeks later we took over ownership of the shop. Very, very quick transition.
Yep.
And we've been very lucky that the local support and some of my regulars has been absolutely phenomenal. Yep. Both from the sea fishing, the freshwater, the fly fishing side of things, which we cover the whole lot in here now. And really for us, a few little changes, and a change is as good as anything else, isn't it? And it's just open the shop up, different ideas, new ideas, and just really getting the stock levels back up. So
obviously had a big undertaking with the stock, because poor old Eric, he thought we was going to have to shut the shop, so the levels were run right down, and you've had to come in and build it up. So
it's been a massive undertaking. I could probably certainly pay half a mortgage.
I know.
With what we've put back into it.
But it really shows, because you can see the shelves are starting to fill up.
Yeah, it is. We're running, I think, 150, 160 fishing rods. I think we're close on 70 or 80 reels in the shop now. We've brought some more clothing back in, and it's getting there.
It's built up, right?
Yeah,
definitely. Since last October, November, there's been a fair difference.
Yeah, it's important. It's a commitment for us. We're not coming in and just sort of running it as is. Yeah. We've put back into it because we know what the potential is, and as I say, the potential that we put back into it's been shown with the support from the local anglers and the local community, definitely. Sort of thing. So.
And also the live baits, there's a lot of live baits, frozen baits, we've got a big selection of baits in here.
Yes, yeah, I mean, you know, we again, you know, Eric and Linda were obviously sort of trying to cut down on what they kept, and we're back up. We've got full freezers, we've got 2 freezers back at home full of baits, live baits, so we intend on keeping the live rag right through the year.
Oh, yeah, yep.
And
it's been sailing really well this winter.
It's been phenomenal. We've struggled to keep up with it, which has been a good thing for us really, because it's meaning that the bait's kept even fresher.
And well, obviously with the all-year species hunt this year, there's a lot of people wanting ragworm for minis and different stuff.
There is, yes, yeah, and obviously I've been on a species hunt for the last 5 years as part of a committee member, but with the onset of the MOGSAF team, and I've sort of had an idea of what's going on with everything right from the start, and had an ear into it from the start, which has been good. But now we're getting the chance to fully support it, sort of thing, get behind it, and push it as much as we can. As we say, we've increased the stock right through, not just the tackle, but including all the baits and that as well. Everything from mackerel fillets, boxes of squid. We've got cuttlefish in there, which weren't usually kept.
Even crab legs.
Crab legs for the peeler crab and that, which have been very, very popular.
For your minis.
Yeah. And yeah, just the usual range from the frozen blacks, right through your blueies. We're getting bulk blueies, bulk sand eels.
We're getting bigger blueies again now.
We're starting to get the bigger blueies.
Problem in the UK with decent sized blueies. Yeah, now we're starting to.
Yeah, they're starting to come back in. I think stocks are starting to catch up with everybody again after the last couple of years, really. So we've got the sea freezer, as we called it. We've got another chest freezer up the back for the pike baits. Keep a good selection. Most of our pike baits are coming through from loose baits. They're providing us with the likes of your coloured mackerel and your pike packs. Very, very good quality, no frostbite, no damage or anything like that. You can
see that, they're very clear looking, there's no crystallisation inside the packs at all.
So, it's a phenomenal quality bait, and it's what we want to bring to the area. Yeah, we don't want the cheaper end of the baits. So, this is our live bait set up for the ragworm at the moment. Fresh seawater every day, every other day sort of thing, depending on how they need it. Plenty of air getting pumped in to keep them alive and in good condition. It's not just about good condition baits for the angler, it's about condition of the worm. It's all about looking after the stuff. As you can see, lovely.
They're pretty lively in there.
They're pretty lively. They're kept quite cool, so but as soon as you wake them up, they will pick up and start
They've been in there since Thursday?
They've been here since Thursday, yeah. So
pretty good.
We're getting a fresh bait supply probably every week and a half now with the ragworm. And once we know that the lugworm conditions are improving, we're going to be keeping a good stock of the live lugworm in as well. So. Yeah, so looking through the shop there, I'm sure Fitzy's going to say some bits and pieces in a minute, but one of the things that we were keen to carry on that Eric started was the shop-tied rigs rather than buying in a lot of bulk-made rigs.
Yep.
Some of them can be a little bit problematical with the knots and stuff like that, so we like making our own rigs, and a lot of them with the charter boat and the shore anglers around are tried and tested in competitions.
Definitely.
And they're proven to work, and we're sort of expanding the range a bit with more boat rigs, more specialist rigs that we use on the boat.
It's great for people buying starter kits. They can come in here, they can grab a few rigs.
It is, and it's the same with everything. We're gradually improving the packaging of the rigs, making it easier for people to see and that. So
this is some of your new ones here, Steve.
Yeah. So it's just about wee changes for us, wee changes. And saying about the boat rigs and that, some of the specialist rigs, so we're wind-on leaders, custom-made bits and pieces like that.
I had a look at one of them earlier.
Yeah, so
they're pretty good.
They are, and we use these on all our heavy skate gear now. So when we're out the deep water fishing the Beaufort Dyke, you want something that's going to be lasting long enough. And
so just run through the purpose of a wind-on leader as opposed to tying your braid directly onto your mono.
Yeah, so the idea of a wind-on leader is it's essentially it gives you a more slender and actually probably a stronger knot.
Yeah. Not with this bulky.
You're not struggling to get something through. You've got a heavy fish on, and it's not coming up and through the eyes. And it's made easier with the rollers on most of our kit. I
wonder who would ever tie a bulky shock leader lot like that.
I think we've got an expert in the shop on them.
In the sports shop here, Steve has a great selection of clothing, from jackets through to hoodies, hats, and even some hats advertising his charter boat. A great selection of power bait here from your trout boys. There's some local trout fishing available here, fly fishing, bait and spinning. There's also a soul seat lock which you can fly, bait and spin and get a day ticket for it. So even if you don't fly fish, you do a bit of bait fishing, you're coming to the area, you can go there and have a day, catch plenty of trout and all the bait here that you need. Steve also sells the day tickets for Stranraer District Angling Association in the shop here. You can also get your membership in the shop as well.